Super wine. Wait. Please. I just came to talk. You made it okay. Impressive. It was a bitch in a fight, wasn't it? What do you want, Ruby? I've been lost without you. Take me back. That's why I let the Winchesters take me. For you, as a gift. Really. Let me serve you again. I've wanted it. I've wanted you for so long. You were one of my best. But then again, you always were a lying whore. Are you really telling me you threw in your chips with Abbott and Costello here? Come on. Get up. I said get up. You've been here before, haven't you? She didn't tell you. Pretty mortifying, I guess. She was one of mine. I turned her out a long, long time ago. Wouldn't be here to be rich. Of course, that was when you became Do you want your friends to know that all those centuries that they saved us from they're safe, I guess. But don't worry. No secrets where you're heading, remember? Moje vala forza. Ugiregas Beach niche forza. Lehignus infern forza. Corrumpe pestate fornalis ecclesia. Oh! Go. I'll clean up this mess. Go.
Well, tonight, let me get this straight. You really wants to die into hell. How long ago?
Back when the party was good?
So all of them? Every damn demon? They're all human ones? You don't answer.
Most of them forgot. What it means. Or even that they were. That's what happened to the hell thing. That's what hell is. Forgetting what you are.
Philosophy, everything you're reading like that,
Not philosophy. Not a metaphor. These are real powers. Nothing. You can't be happy.
No, I thought hell was.
Actually, they got that pretty close. Except for all the custom leather. The answer is yes.
Dark?
Yes. Same thing will happen to you. It might take centuries, but sooner or later, Cheryl will burn away your dreams. Every hellbound soul, every one, turns into something else. Something else. Then yeah, you can count on it.
There's no way of saving me from here, is there?
No.
Why'd you tell Sam that you did?
So you talk to me. You and Chester's getting pretty big like. I need to stop going to
The
hospital.
Beaver thing? It's pretty hard to get past.
Look at you. Trying to be all stoic. My God, it's birthday day.
Why are you telling me all this?
I need your help
Help with what?
with Sam. Will you stop that thing in the night? You see, Sam's on his road, but that's right. I need help. Like this deal.
Why do you want us to win?
Isn't it obvious? Not like that. I wish I was. I remember what it's like,
Well, what's like?
being human.
Please, go back to it right now. Gabe's eyes narrowed. His tiny brain was probably trying to detect sarcasm in my statement. Yeah, whatever, he decided. He went back to his game. Thank you, Percy, my mom said. Once we get to Montauk, we'll talk more about whatever you've forgotten to tell me, okay? Damn it. I saw anxiety involved. The same fear I'd seen in Grover during the bus ride. As if my mom too felt an odd chill in the air. But then her smile returned. I figured I must have been mistaken. She ruffled my hair and went to make Gabe a 7-layer gift. An hour later, we were ready to leave. Gabe took a break from his poker game long enough to watch me lug my mom's bags to the car. She kept griping and groaning about losing her cooking, and more important, the 7-day Camaro. I told you guys. Not a scratch on this car, brain boy, he warned me as I loaded the last bag. Not one little scratch. Like I'd be the one driving. Well, that didn't matter to Gabe. If a seagull so much as pooped on his paint job, he'd find a way to blame me. Watching him lumber back toward the apartment building, but still I did something I can't explain. As Gabe reached the doorway, I made the hand gesture I'd seen Grover make on the bus, a sort of warding off evil gesture, a clawed hand over my head, and shoving me into a game. The screen door slammed shut so hard, it whacked him in the butt and sent him flying up the staircase as if he'd been shot from a cannon. Maybe it was just a whim, or some freak accident with the hinges, but I didn't stay long enough to find out. I got in the Camaro and told my mom to step on it. That rental cabin was on the South Shore, way up at the tip of Long Island. It was a little pastel box with faded curtains, half sunken into the dunes. There was always sand in the sheets and spiders in the cabinets, and most of the time the sea was too cold to swim in. I loved the place. I've been going there since I was a baby. My mom had been going even longer. She never exactly said, but I knew why the beach was special. It was the place where she'd met my dad. As we got closer to Montauk, she seemed to grow younger. Years of worry and work disappearing from her face, and her face turned the color of the sea. We got there at sunset, opened all the cabin windows, we walked on the beach, fed blue concerts to the seagulls, marched up blue jellybeans, the saltwater taffy, and all the other free samples my mama brought from Europe. I guess I should explain the blue dream. See, Dave had once told my mom there was no such thing. I had this fight that seemed like a really small thing at the time. But ever since, my mom went out of her way to eat blue. She baked blue birthday cakes. She mixed blueberry smoothies. She bought blue tortilla chips and brought home blue candy from the shop. This, along with keeping her maiden name Jackson, rather than calling herself Mrs. Juliana, proved that she wasn't really accepted in the having a rebellion streak, like me. When it got dark, we made a fire. We roasted hot dogs and marshmallows. Mom told me stories about when she was a kid, back before her parents died in a plane crash. She told me about the book she wanted to write someday, and she had enough money to quit the candy shop. Eventually, I got up the nerve to ask about what was always on my mind whenever we came to Montauk, my father. Mom's eyes went all misty. I figured she would tell me the same thing she always did. I never got tired of hearing it. He was kind, Percy, she said. Tall, handsome, and powerful, but gentle, too. You have his black hair, you know, and his green eyes. Mom fished a blue jelly bean out her thin back. I wish you could see it, Percy. He was so proud. I wondered how she could say that. What was so great about me? A dyslexic, hyperactive boy with a D plus report card, kicked out of school for the 6th time in 6 years? How old was I? She watched the flames. He was only with me for one summer, Percy, right here at this beach, this cabin. But he knew me as a baby. No, honey, he knew I was expecting a baby, but he never saw you. He had to leave before you were born. I tried to support that with the fact that I seemed to remember something about my father, a warm glow, a smile. I mean, it seemed to me as a baby. My mom had never said it outright, but still, I felt it must be true. Now, to be told that you'd never even seen me, so angry at my father. He was stupid, but I resented him for going on that ocean voyage, for not having the guts to marry my mom. He left us, and now we were stuck in smelly Gabe. Are you gonna send me away again? I asked her. Another boarding school? She pulled a marshmallow from the fire. I don't know, honey. Her voice was heavy. I think we'll have to do something. Because you don't want me around? I regretted the words as soon as they were out. My mom's eyes welled with tears. She took my hand, squeezed it tight. Oh, Percy, no. I have to, honey. You won't get. I won't send you away. The words reminded me of what Mr. Brunner had said, that it was best for me to leave Gilsey. You say that as if it's a bad thing, Percy, but you don't realize how important you are. I thought Nancy Academy would be far enough away. I thought you'd finally be safe. Safe from the the thought of memories came back to me. All the weird, scary things that had ever happened, some of which I tried to forget. During third grade, a man in a black trench coat stopped me in the playground. When the teachers threatened to call the police, he went away growling. They won't believe me when I told them that under his broad-brimmed hat, the man only had one eye, right in the middle of his head. A really early memory, I was in preschool and a teacher accidentally put me down for an apple pie that had slithered into me. My mom screamed when she came to pick me up and found me playing with the red, scaly rope I'd somehow managed to strangle to death with my meaty toddler hands. Every single school, something beautiful, something this is how to be helpful to it. But after weird hallucination, nice to the art teacher with a bus with a story. But I couldn't make myself tell it. I tried to keep it as close to me as I could, Mom said. They told me that was a mistake, but there's only one other option, Percy. Replace your father wanted to send you to prison. My father was never So why would my dad, who hadn't even stayed around long enough to see the phone, talk to my mom about her summer camp? And if it was so important, why hadn't she ever mentioned it to school? I'm sorry, Percy. I couldn't send you to that place. It might mean saying goodbye to you for good. For good? But if it's only a summer camp, she turned toward the fire, and I knew from her eyes that next to me would start to fall. That night, I was dreaming. There was stormy creation, and two beautiful animals, a white horse and a golden eagle, were trying to kill each other at the edge of the surf. The eagle swooped down and slashed the horse's muzzle with its huge talons. The horse reared up and kicked at the eagle's wings. As they fought, the ground rumbled, and a monstrous voice chuckled somewhere beneath the earth, groaning to fight harder. That control each other and was running in slow motion. I knew what was happening. I saw the eagle dive down, its beak aimed at the horse's wide eyes, and I screamed, "No!" I woke with a start. Outside, it really was stormy. The kind of storm that cracks trees and blows down houses. There was no horse or eagle on the beach, just lightning making false gale. And 20-foot waves pounding winds and timber. The next thunderclap, my mom woke. She sat up. Eyes wide and said, "Hurricane." I knew that was crazy. Long Island never saw hurricanes this early in the summer, but the ocean seemed to have forgotten. Over the roar of the wind, I heard a distant bell, an angry, tortured sound that made my hair stand on end. Then a much closer noise, like mallets in the sand. A desperate voice, someone yelling, pounding on our cabin door. My mother sprang out of bed in her nightgown and flew open the door. Grover stood bravely in the doorway against the backdrop of pouring rain, but he wasn't exactly Grover. Searching all around, gasped, unthinking. Mother looked at me in terror, not scared of Grover, but of why he'd come. "How did you?" she said, shouting to be heard over the radio. "What happened at school? What didn't you tell me?" I was frozen, looking at Grover. I couldn't understand what I was seeing. "Oh, Zu Kai Aloy Theoi," he yelled. "It's right behind me. Didn't you tell her?" I was too shocked to register that he just cursed in ancient Greek, and I understood him perfectly. I was too shocked to wonder how Grover had gotten here by himself in the middle of the night, because Grover didn't have his pants on, and where his legs should be, My mom looked at me sternly and talked in a tone she'd never used before. "Percy, tell me now." My mother was using the vampire. Bullets were getting hardcore and he was laying against the Camaro, rain rocked the windshield. I didn't know how my mom could see anything. She kept her foot on the gas. Every time there was a flash of lightning, I looked at Grover sitting next to me in the back seat, and I wondered if I was insane or if he was wearing some kind of shag carpet pants. Yep.
woman.
The smell was one I remembered from kindergarten field trips to the petting zoo. Lanolin, like from wool. The smell of a wet barnyard animal. All I could think to say was, "So you and my mom know each other?" Grover's eyes flitted to the rearview mirror, though there were no cars behind us. "Not exactly," he said. "I mean, we've never met in person, but she knew I was watching you." "Watching me?" "Keeping tabs on you, making sure you were okay. But I wasn't faking being your friend," he added added hastily. I am French. What are you exactly? That doesn't matter right now. It doesn't matter? From the waist down, my best friend is a donkey. Grover let out a sharp, throaty, "Ah!" I'd heard him make that sound before, but I'd always assumed it was a nervous laugh. Now I realized it was more of an irritated bleat. "Goat," he cried. "What? I'm a goat from the waist down. You just said it didn't matter." "Ah! There are satyrs who would trample you under a hoof for such an insult." "Whoa, wait, satyrs? You mean like Mr. Brunner's myths? Were those old ladies at the fruit stand a myth, Percy? Was Mrs. Dodds a myth?" "So you admit there was a Mrs. Dodds?" "Of course. Then why? The less you knew, the fewer monsters you'd attract."
Fuck, this sucks.
Gifts. A burst of best to relax. Chapter 6. Gifts. A burst of 3 brisk thumps rapped against the door. Jason awoke, staring up at the underside of a dark blue canopy emblazoned with a golden sunburst, tucked between soft sheets, head cushioned on a feathery pillow. He occupied the room immediately below the Flying King's personal chamber. 2 sets of slatted shutters were latched over tall windows, mostly blocking the pre-dawn grayness. Super cool weapons hung on the walls. Several swords, a loaded crossbow, a javelin sharpened to a point at both ends, and a pair of bizarre weapons with short wooden handles from which sprouted many sharp, twisting blades of varying length, intricate as Chinese characters. Thump, thump, thump. Jason stretched. Apparently they wanted him to get an early start. Reluctant to leave his comfortable bed, kicked off his sheets, walked to the door, the stone floor chilly beneath his bare soles. After removing the bar from its brackets, he slid both bolts and pulled the flip door open. Dorcio stood on the landing, a short sword strapped to his side. He handed a bundle of clothes to Jason and gestured to us to follow. "Should I put these on first?" Dorcio gave a nod. He dressed hurriedly. The shirt, trousers, and loose vest fit better than the clothing Rachel had received. There were no shoes.
Welcome. What is it? Very well. Farewell.
Do I just wear my same boots? Dorcio nodded again. Jason laced his boots. Remembering his manners, he hastily straightened the covers on the bed. Despite the instructions the Blind King had given to lock his room, the night had passed uneventfully.